Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Di sini kelompok kami yang beranggotakan 3 orang. Yang pertama saya sendiri, Muhammad Iban Firesa. Yang kedua ada Muhammad Abiyah Utomo. Yang ketiga ada Irfan Syah Utama. Kami akan menjelaskan modul 15 yang berjudul IP Static Routing. Jadi di sini IP Static Routing ini ada banyak cara untuk melakukan routing paket secara dinamis. Sehingga kita mungkin bertanya-tanya, mengapa ada orang yang mau meluangkan waktu untuk mengkonfigurasi rute statis secara manual.
Hah?
Rute statis secara manual.
Iya, nah. Iya.
Ini sama saja seperti mencuci pakaian dengan tangan, padahal Anda memiliki mesin cuci yang berfungsi dengan baik. Namun, kita tahu bahwa beberapa pakaian tidak boleh dimasukkan ke dalam mesin cuci, dan ada pakaian tertentu yang lebih baik dicuci dengan tangan. Ini sama halnya dengan static routing, IP static routing ini. Ada di mana situasi rute statis harus dikonfigurasi secara manual untuk menjadi pilihan yang terbaik. Rute statis dapat dikonfigurasi untuk IPv4 dan IPv6. Kedua protokol ini mendukung jenis-jenis rute statis berikut. Rute yang pertama ada rute statis standar, rute statis default, rute statis mengambang atau floating, dan rute statis ringkasan. Rute statis dikonfigurasi menggunakan perintah global IP route dan IPv6 route. Saat mengkonfigurasi rute statis, next hop dapat ditentukan menggunakan alamat IP, interface, exit interface, ataupun keduanya. Jenis rute statis ini meliputi next hop, directly connect, dan fully specific. Di sini ada pembahasan tentang rute statis IP. Rute statis IP ada 3 jenis. Yang pertama next hop static route, hanya alamat IP next hop yang ditentukan, sementara antar muka keluar diturunkan dari next hop. Yang kedua ada directly connect static route, hanya digunakan untuk antar muka serial point to point. Yang ketiga ada fully specific static route, baik antar muka keluar maupun alamat IP next hop ditentukan. Ada juga konfigurasi route status default IP. Route default adalah rute statis yang cocok dengan semua paket. Untuk IPv4, alamat jaringan adalah 0.0.0.0 dengan subnet mask 0.0.0.0. Untuk IPv6, prefix adalah /0. Umumnya digunakan untuk menghubungkan router, tapi perintah verifikasi yang digunakan untuk IPv4 adalah show IP route static, dan untuk IPv6 adalah show IPv6 route static. Konfigurasi rute statis floating. Rute statis floating digunakan sebagai jalur cadangan jika jalur utama gagal. Dikategorikan dengan administrative distance yang lebih tinggi daripada rute utama. Jadi secara default, rute statis itu memiliki administrative distance 1, Dynamic Routing Protocol atau AEGRP, dan OSPF. Konfigurasi route host statis. Host route adalah alamat IPv4 mas- dengan mesh 32 bit atau alamat IPv6 dengan mesh 128 bit. Selanjutnya, untuk lebih lengkapnya akan dijelaskan oleh Irfan.
Oke.
15.1 Static routes. 15.1.1 Types of static routes. Static routes are commonly implemented on a network. This is true even when there is a dynamic routing protocol configured. For instance, an organization could configure a default static route to the service provider and advertise this router to other corporate router using the dynamic routing protocol. Static route can be configured for IPv4 and IPv6. Both protocols support the following types of static routes: standard static route, default static route, floating static route, summary static route. Next, 15.1.2 next hop option. When configuring a static route, the next hop can be identified by an IP address, exit interface, or both. How the destination is specific creates one of the three following types of static route. The first one is next hop route. The second one is directly connected static route. The third one is fully specific static route. Next, 15.1.4 IPv4 static route command. IPv4 static route are configured using the following global configuration command. Next, 15.1.5 dual stack topology. The figure show a dual stack network topology. Currently, no static route are configured for either IPv4 or IPv6. Next, IPv4 15.1.6 IPv4 starting routing table. The first one is IPv4 routing table. 15.1.7 IPv4 starting routing table. So we can see the routing table for router 1 in IPv6. Next, next. 15.2.1 IPv4 next hop static route. The command to configure standard static route varies slightly between IPv4 and IPv6. This topic show you how to configure standard next hop, directly connected and full specific static route for both IPv4 and IPv6. In a next hop static route, only the next hop IP address is specific. The exit interface is derived from the next hop. For example, three next hop IPv4 static route are configured on R1 using the IP address of the next hop R2. 15.2.2 IPv6 next hop static route. The command to configure R1 with the IPv6 static route to the three remote network are as the follow. Next, 15.2.3 IPv4 directly connected static route. When configuring a static route, another option is to use the exit interface to specify the next hop address. The figure show the topology again. Next, 15.2.4 IPv6 directly connected static route. In the example, three directly connected IPv6 static route are configured on R1 using the exit interface. The IPv6 routing table for R1 in the example output so that when a packet is destined for the R1 network, R1 looks for a match in the routing table and find that it can forward the packet out of its serial 0/1/0 interface. Next. 15.2.5 IPv4 fully specified static route. In a fully specified static route, both the exit interface and the next hop IP address are specified. This form of static route is used when the exit interface is a multi-access interface, and it is necessary to explicitly identify the next hop. The next hop must be directly connected to the specified exit interface using an exit interface optional. However, it is necessary to use a next hop address. Next. 15.2.6 IPv6 fully specified static route. In a fully specified IPv6 static route, both the exit interface and the next hop IPv6 address are specified. There is a situation in IPv6 when a fully specified static route must be used. If the IPv6 static route use an IPv6 link local address as the next hop address, use a fully specified static route. The figure show an example of a fully specified IPv6 static route using an IPv6 link local address as the next hop address. Next. 15.2.7 verify a static route along with show IP route, show IPv6 route, ping and trace route, tracer, trace route. Other useful command to verify static route include the following. The first one is show IP route static. The second one is show IP route network. The third one is show running config. Next. Selanjutnya akan dibacakan oleh Habio.
Okay, 15.3.1 default static route. This topic show all you how to configure a default router IPv4 and IPv6. It also explain the situation in which a default route is good choice. A default route is this route that matches packets instead of route story route for all of the network in the internet. They can store a single default route to represent any network that is not in the routing table. Next. Okay, 15.3.2 configure a default static route. In the feature router 1 could be configured with their static route 1 to reach edge of the remote network. In the example topology, however, router 1 is a stub router because it is only connect to R2. Therefore, it would be more efficient to configure a single default static route. Next. Next. 15.3.3 verify IPv4 default static route. The show IP route command output from the router 1 display the connect of the static routes in the routing table. Note the asterisk next to the route with code S as displayed in the codes table in the show IP route output. The asterisk indicates that the static route is a candidate default route, which is why it is selected as the gateway of last resort. Next. 15.4 Configure floating static routes. Next, floating static routes. As with the other topics in the module, you will learn how to configure IPv4 and IPv6 floating static routes and when to use them. Another type of static route is a floating static route. Are static route that are used to provide a backup path to a primary static or dynamic route in the event of the link failure. The floating static route is only used when the primary route is not available. Next. Next. 15.4.2 Configure IPv4 and IPv6 floating static routes. IP floating static routes are configured by using the distance argument to specify an administrative distance. If the administrative distance configured, the default value is used. Refer to the topology in the figure and the IP route and IPv6 route command issue in or router 1 is the scenario. The preferred default route from router 1 is router 2. The connection to router 3 should be used of backup only. Next. Fifteen dot 15.5 configure static routes is reading HIBAN.
15.5.1 Host routes. This topic shows you how to configure an IPv4 and IPv6 static host route and when to use them. A host route is an IPv4 address with 32-bit mask or IPv6 address with 128-bit mask. The following show the ways a host route can be added to be routing table automatically. Install when an IP address is configured to on the router as shown in the figure. To configure a static host route automatically obtained through the other methods. Next, automatically install host routes. Cisco IOS automatically install a host route, also known as a local host route, when an interface address is configured to the router. A host route allows for a more efficient process for packets that are direct to the router itself, rather than for packet forwarding. This is in addition to the connect route decided with a C in the routing table for the network address of the interface. For example, refer the topology in the figure. The IP address to branch serial 0/1 interface are this. The local route for the interface are installed by the IOS, the IPv4 and IPv6 routing table. .5.3 Static host routes. A host route can be a manually configured static route to direct traffic to a specific destination device, such as the servers shown in the figure. The static route uses the destination IP address and a subnet mask for IPv4 host route and a 128 private line for IPv6 host routes. Next, configure static host routes. The examples show the IPv4 and IPv6 static host configuration on the branch router to access the server. Next, the verify static host routes. This is a review of both the IPv4 and IPv6 route tables. Verify that the routers are active. And the next, configure IPv6 static host route with the link local next hop. For IPv6 static routes, the next hop address can be the link local address of the adjacent router. However, you must specify an interface type and interface number when using the link local address as the next hop. As shown in the example, first the original IPv6 static host route is removed. Then a fully specified route configured with the IPv6 address of the server and the IPv6 link local address of the ISP router. Jadi di dalam modul-modul ini kita telah mempelajari dasar-dasar konfigurasi, verifikasi, dan jenis-jenis router statis untuk IPv4 dan IPv6. Kita juga diperkenalkan pada rute statis default, rute statis floating, dan rute host statis, yang semuanya sangat penting untuk mengelola jaringan dengan efisien. Sekian dari kelompok kami, kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Saya akhiri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.